All right, we are back live with the special bull panel report with myself, the Algo Capitalist, along with my main man, HK Trader Will Hong.
Good
Welcome,
evening.
welcome. He's been with me the longest out of everybody with these pulse waves. And we're going to talk briefly tonight. It's just him and I. We just want to talk about what's been going on in the precious metal space. And we're going to keep it real short and simple and sweet. Will, you wanted me to pull up this nickel chart. Have at it, my man.
Wow. See, look at this. The 5 cents base metals went up 70% today. And it tells you this hyperinflation has arrived. Okay.
According to this chart, it sure has.
And it's gonna run out to every commodity complex, you name it. So get ready, guys. All right. It's I know it's unreal, but the charts already told us this is hyperinflation territories.
This is an incredible breakaway gap. Look at this thing, man. And then you gapped here. So you have a new weekly high here, a new weekly high here. For the last several weeks, new weekly highs, and we haven't backfilled any of this. So not only do you have this gap, but this gap here, and then this gap here. Wow, you have a long way to fall from 75. That means you got to come all the way down to like below 35 just to correct this explosive move right here. So you think this is going to continue? I mean, this is the nickel chart, ladies and gentlemen. This is the nickel ETF, a metal that we really don't talk about that much. You talk about copper and gold and silver, but you don't really hear too much about, nickel. And this ticker is JJN. It's the Barclays IPAF Bloomberg Nickel Sub Index Total Return ETN Series B, if you are so inclined. And I also added it to the PulseWave report, so it should be on your dashboard under the U.S. equities. Yeah, man, this is something. This nickel is crazy. You had mentioned something about a grand super cycle or something like that. Do you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, let's put it this way. I think there's gonna be a booming super bull cycle for all commodities. I guess the money don't lie. I mean, they are fed up with the central bank, money printings. So what happened is this very simple. The money just goes to commodities across the board.
Mm. So, do you think that this environment could continue even with a strong dollar? I mean, normally a strong dollar is automatically weaker commodities.
Oh yes. Well, what happened with the strong dollar is a fight to safety because what happened in Europe. So eventually, the price action is telling us that this is a bull market for the commodities complex. So in
Mhm.
other words, whatever you hold in the commodities cycles, people would, not only earning profits, but they maintain the purchasing power.
Right. That makes sense. All right. So then with this next one, this is wheat. This is the wheat futures, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this, man. Every week you're just exploding, just running away. What are you? Are you at least like what, 3 or 4 sigmas from the support trend line? I mean, what in the world is going on here? I mean, you hit lock limit for several days in a row, lock limit up in wheat. Now, I got to tell you, you know how these futures are. All right. You got this gap way down here that has not been reconciled, ladies and gentlemen. All right. You got this gap. This is from March the 1st. You know the market needs to back and fill, which means you could drop back below $9.50 a bushel from the $14.25 a bushel. Now, I need to warn you that even as we're speaking and doing this video, wheat is on its way to a possible lock limit down for tonight into tomorrow's trading. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The market is punishing not only those who were short, but now it wants to punish those who were long. As we're speaking, wheat is down 36 and a quarter as we speak. Ouch. Trading at 12.57 a bushel after closing at 14.25 a bushel. That's a monster move to the downside. I think the market's going to allow for those that missed the run up to get involved, but not just so yet. You got to take care of this gap down here. So maybe the market will just collapse all the way down, back and fill, and then get ready to run again. We shall see. But as of right now, dangerous times at Ridgemont High. All right, next is gold. This is the daily gold chart. You want to speak on this one, Will?
Well, let's put it this way. As I told the guys last week, have to get out of the the comics market. But respect the price action. If you're in it, take profits. But at the same time, I think the physical price of gold will be so priceless if we compared with other currency. Okay,
Right.
remember that. Okay, not just the U.S. dollar. You talk about all the currency worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, with that being said, you got this bullish pointer right here that the market finally took out. But then today we created a bearish pointer and a new weekly high. So I think some back and filling is in order. You did gap up right here on February the 17th. So you still got to come down to at least the 1870 handle, which means you got to break the psychological 1900 support in gold just to meet the gap, the filling of the gap requirement. And at some point, the market is going to have to come down and reconcile that, ladies and gentlemen. Flipping now to silver, and you see silver here has been the weaker. And unfortunately, on the daily chart right now, it's looking like we are putting in a primary sell signal on silver. Now, it could flip-flop up here and we don't get any downside production, but it's looking like we may be getting some downside production, ladies and gentlemen. That means that you can see the price of silver possibly fall below the $24 handle. The last primary sell signal we got on silver goes all the way back to November the 15th of 2021. And you see all this downside production that came after it. So we take this signal seriously, ladies and gentlemen.
Keep
Okay.
stacking. That's all I can say.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They said, have I ever seen anything like this? I mean, the insanity of the markets. Absolutely. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I've been doing this for a very long time. I can tell you, I go back to the insanity of the markets when they first rolled out the Globex system in the Chicago to trade the E-mini S&P 500 futures and the like. I don't know if most of you know this, earlier when I first started my channel over a decade ago here on YouTube, I talked about how I was very fortunate to be selected to work on the PAT system when they bought the PAT system over here from the UK to the United States to trade lightning fast with the futures, the stock index futures. So we were able to do that. This is before anything close to what we call online trading today. There was no online trading. So we ran the pilot for that. I saw a lot of wild stuff with that. As far as wild markets go, remember, I was there with the bursting of the NASDAQ bubble in 2000. I saw the intermeeting rate hikes. All right. I was there. I saw all of that. I was an associated person. I had my, excuse me, my securities license. So yeah, I saw all that stuff, man. I was there. I was in those markets. 9/11 was another wild time. You've heard me tell those stories. To this date, I don't think anything was like 9/11. 9/11 was probably the craziest market scenario I've ever seen in my life. and that's only because they had to close the markets, because if they didn't, the U.S. would have been bankrupt. The dollar did go to zero. Gold and silver went priceless off the screen. We couldn't find a price for it. Uh, Everything just went haywire, went bonkers. So yeah, but that's not that was the first big market thing I saw, but not the last. The 2008 financial crisis situation was insane markets. I was in the markets on that during that time as well. Just insane. Don't forget the flash crash of May the 6th, 2010.
Right off
That was insane.
forecasted live.
Yes, you remember that, right?
Yep, I
I
was
was
there.
I was the first person on social media to document that.
It's not the fat finger. It's not fat fingers. All right.
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, I did a series.
We
Fat
saw
Finger
that
Live.
crash. We saw it. We saw that.
Yes, sure did. And then, of course, the 2016 election. Remember, I warned everyone about the 2016 election, and yeah, we saw some just chaos that night when Trump won. The financial markets were just going bananas. And to this date, to my memory, there's this one market in particular. I don't remember what the currency pair was, but there was a forex pair around that time that collapsed 50,000 pips in a matter of seconds. I don't think to this day it's even recovered. I forget what the pair is, some obscure pair. So yeah, I've had my share of insane markets. Um, I've even been on the wrong side of a lock limit up run and soybeans back in the day. So you trade, long enough, and you will get get to see a lot. You'll be on the wrong side of some amazing trades, and you'll be on the right side of some amazing trades. You do this long enough, you'll live to see a lot of stuff. I've even traded securities that right after I got involved in the security, a special report or announcement comes out that they're delisting the security. I know y'all remember that, the SVXY, whatever that was. Remember that ticker from a few years ago? So yeah, man. I have seen markets like this. I've seen a lot of different types of markets, commodities, forex, equities, you name it. I've seen some bizarre stuff, and we are living in rather precarious times. So I think we're going to see even more craziness. All it takes is a piece of news, and we are in a news-driven global market right now.
And the next chart you're gonna go over is gonna be the headlines. All right.
Yeah, man. It's whatever comes out. Look at this oil. This is
all
another
the outlets.
oil. Today, oil hit, just so you know, $129 a barrel. It came within 3 pennies shy of hitting $130 a barrel. We haven't seen $130 barrel oil since 2008, the year that Obama got elected. All right. And this is what you're seeing. Now, for those that are non-believers, let me explain something to you. You need to open your eyes up. How many times have I explained to you the market dynamics of a bubble? Before they rally a market, they destroy it first before they bubble it up. What happened just 2 years ago in March 2020? They took crude oil to negative $100 a barrel. Now you're $130 a barrel. See what they did? They destroyed the price only so they could balloon it. And here you are today with the balloon. All right. I've taught you that for years here on social media. I've been explaining that to you on YouTube. The dynamics of a bubble. That's how they do it. If they're planning to collapse a market, they'll bubble it up insanity first. Then they'll just smoke people. And they do the same thing in reverse. They want to get all their buddies in, so they'll smoke a market, make people disgusted with it. All their buddies come in and buy at the bottom, and then take the market to infinity. And that's what you're seeing right here. The pulse waves don't lie. This was December the 2nd of 2021. We got that primary rally alert, and look at all this upside production. You can't make this stuff up. All right. So anyway, you any last words you want to put in there, Will, and then we'll wrap this up.
For oil, let's keep it simple. Wait for a pullback and get back in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you did
And
get
ride
a
the
few
PulseWave.
warnings right here. This was your last warning, was on February the 28th. That was the last rally alert we got. Prior to that was here, 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 and here. That was it. You've had several alerts along the way. Now you have nothing. Just hold and move stops. That's where you are right now. There's no entry point for you today. You got to wait. What price do I think it will go to? I think depending on how long the war drags out, I believe that I did hear some talking heads. The word on the street is they want to take oil to $300 a barrel. If they can get it higher than that, they'll do that too. And yes, it does have the potential to go that way. And I think they've already proven to you when they flexed on everybody and said, we'll take a commodity futures contract to a negative, and they did it, and no one has been brought before Congress to testify or any of that stuff. You didn't see nobody go to jail for market manipulation. You didn't see none of that stuff. Not one person faced justice after they took a commodities futures contract to negative. Just by default alone, a commodity can never go to zero. That's why it's called a commodity, because it is limited as
Well,
far as
they
the
did it,
natural resource.
and they did it. They
And
make
they
it.
did
They
it.
make a Ponzi scheme. It's so what?
Yeah, they do whatever they want. So you just have to understand going into it. Yes, they can do it. Yeah, see, $7 a gallon in some parts of Los Angeles. Yeah, absolutely. What would you think you could pay at the pump when they're taking crude oil futures to $130 a barrel? Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we're only $20 shy of the all-time high. Just think about that. And if you think that's too far to move, well, we've moved that much already. Remember, this thing was at $90 a barrel not long ago, and then you hit 130. Really? Come on. So yeah, anything goes in this world. That's why you need the pulse waves, man. PulseWaveTrading.com. You need to go and you need to take advantage of these opportunities. I told you this is our year to make the most we've ever made in the market. They're rolling it out to you on a golden platter. All you have to do is place the trades and just sit back and let the profits roll. That's what the system's there for, man. Learn how to read the reports and then make your money. All right, that's all I got time for today, man. We got to go. I appreciate everybody. Thanks for the love. Smash that like button. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Until next time, I'm out. Peace. Thanks, William. I appreciate you, my brother.
Good night, everyone.
Peace.